5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. The only thing we have to fear is fear.
Mile 18.
This is Endurance Nation.
Resource alert. Hey, do you struggle to be consistent with your training? Do you have high aspirations, but they don't turn into reality when you're there on the ground training? Are you finding that your fitness goes up and down just like every time you hop on the scale? It's not because you're poorly organized, not because you don't have the energy or the motivation. It's because you don't have the right habits in place. The most successful athletes that we have worked with over the past 17 years have built a lifestyle of habits that empower them to stay on track with their training and keep them going through the highs and the lows. You need something beyond motivation to keep you going, and that's what our habits are for. You can access some of these key habits. Take the framework, take the template and the scripts, use it in your own life. You can get it for free online if you go to endurancenation.us/habits. Download the PDF resource, get up to speed quickly. It's not you, it's your habits. And we've got the fix.
Endurance Nation.
Hey everyone, Coach Patrick here, Endurance Nation, back from a wild trip. And I want to talk to you a little bit about my adventures in Europe and why I think you should be joining us next year. So 2024, I set an objective and I said to myself, listen, I've got this great training camps business. I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. Started off with race performances and race camps, and then eventually evolved to heading abroad. And this is the year to make it happen. If we're going to really grow this business, I've got to draw a line in the sand, similar to how we do for races and race performance. So I did that and said, I'm going to challenge myself to 4 camps. 4 camps, 4 done this year. It's June. Hard to believe it's already over, but it's been a wild ride. I've got some key lessons that I want to share with you about what these camps mean. But before I go any further, I just want you to know that the reason why we're doing this is because the traditional training camp model is broken. You sign up, it's a sales process. It's like buying like a car or a pair of shoes. There's a bunch of other people sitting down at the bench. They're all messing around. You've got one salesperson running around trying to make it all work, and you're jammed together. And the only thing you have in common is that you're all trying to buy shoes right now. And it's not a very intimate, functional, or enjoyable experience. It's transactional. You get to do the thing that you wanted to do, exit with your shoes. And you're sort of like, that was great, but it was sort of weird. And now I'm gone, right? And when we think about that from a training camp experience, you're traveling with spending significant money abroad. You want to experience the culture, which is a huge part of what we do. You want to be able to just get outside and ride your bike and get to that Zen state, that flow state that really helps you tune into what's valuable for you as an endurance athlete. We work on that with you inside camp. And then ultimately you want to do it and have fun. And so we spend 3 to 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours on the bike, but then there's another 20, 19, 18 hours left in the day. Who are the people you're hanging out with? What are you doing? How much fun are you having? And that's a massive part of what we do. We're very selective about who gets to come and join us on these training camps, working from our relationship here inside Endurance Nation with the athletes we work with and their friends and inner circle moving outward. Okay. So here are my key lessons for you as you think about what it means to do a training camp next year. Why would you do a training camp instead of another race? Look, races are great. Races get medals. You travel, you train for them. You spend money, you go there. But the big knock on races is that they last at most in our world, 17, maybe 24 hours. And that's it. And you're done. All the time leading up to the race, you have to be super rigid. You're concerned about performance, equipment, logistics, family, nutrition, weather. And when you get there on the day, you finally get the thing done, it's almost half relief and then half excitement about what you've done, and it's gone. When you're at a training camp, you're spending the same amount of money to travel the same type of place with the same group of people, but it's the exact opposite experience. We've moved that slider from the stress side to the fun side. It's not about tapering. It's about getting outside and exploring. It's about testing your limits. It's about new adventures, new places. It's about actually really looking to find things that you haven't seen before or encountered. That's a win. And race day, when you find things you haven't seen before, that's a problem, and we have to address it. So we totally flip the script and it becomes an example of an experience with fun and a much better investment of your endurance dollar. Right? Next up, we have the exploration component of adding fitness and new places, food, the flora, the fauna, everything like that. When you get outside and you go on a tour, you travel somewhere, let's say you go to Spain, Italy, France, wherever it may be, you're walking around looking at museums, you're on buses, you're on public transportation, you're walking around having, drinking out of fountains, getting some gelato, doing whatever it is you do, having a beer. That's great. But you're surrounded by all these other people who are doing the same thing. It's a very dialed in, sort of conformist experience. When you do that athletically through a training camp, It's an opportunity for you to do it from the lens of an endurance athlete. So we don't just roll into the city on the freeway. We roll in through a back road. We don't just walk down the main square. We're using back alleyways and scooting around and finding the great gelato places or the beer halls or the places to hang out, but without any of the noise that everyone else is similarly going through. It's almost like having a cheat code, like a mystery map that only you and other people who ride bikes and who have intimate knowledge of the area get to access the place. So it becomes not only more fun, but you get better pictures, you have better memories, and we're tying those memories to the physical activity, right? Going to a winery to have lunch and taste these amazing, is 26-year-old winery, in the Brunello region. And it's a fantastic opportunity to just kind of taste the food of the region, the grapes, the olive oil, the bruschetta, all of that. Fantastic, right? But doing it after riding 50 miles, climbing 5,500 feet. Oh man, that food has never tasted better. That wine, I'm not even a wine person. That wine was amazing. It's an opportunity to tie those two pieces together, which is a total game changer, right? And then the best part about our training camps and about the training camp experience is that you leave with new friends, new memories, new connections, and a sense of completely being recharged. You finish a race, you're exhausted. You just don't know what's going to happen next. Am I going to do another race? Do I want to make up race? Do I have to do something different? I'm really sort of critical of what happened, and can I do this better, etc. No one leaves a camp and says, I really wish I'd, kind of finished that last meal stronger. Really wish that I had, sat by the pool and got that tan a little bit better. It's again, that total mind shift of what that means to be successful. And it's totally worth checking out for you. So if you haven't actually gone through the process of taking a look at what it means to get abroad and change the game a little bit for what you're thinking about for your training for next year, now's the time to do it. We're actually relaunching our camp next year. And in this video here and in this podcast, I'll put the link in the show notes. You can go through, enter your email address, and get entered on the list for you to sign up. We're going to do things a little bit differently. It's going to be a membership option for you. And we actually want people who are invested in being a part of this community from a training camp perspective, who want to travel, who want to visit different places with us. Whether you want to come and join us at the Spring Classics in Brussels, you want to join us in Mallorca, you want to join us in Girona, or you want to come and join us in Tuscany and explore Italy. All those options are open to you. And as a member, you not only get early access and rewards for that, you get special discounts from the suppliers and vendors who bring all the opportunity for that nutrition and equipment to you that will help make your trip successful. It'll also be a give back option for us to support the economies and organizations that make travel tourism and being a part of this global active movement possible for all of us. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you on the training camp side. Be well.
Endurance Nation.
Did you know that we hold training camps every year? And not just ordinary training camps, but training camps internationally as well. This week, I want to talk to you about our Mallorca training camp. We are going into our 7th year of hosting camps in Mallorca, a spring journey, a sojourn in April of teammates new and teammates to be who come together to enjoy this magical island, the home of cycling in Europe. This is your chance to join us for a guided tour. We base ourselves out of Port Paenza. It's a fantastic environment. We have a great guiding crew. There's different levels based on different abilities, so there's no pressure for you to ride faster than you want. We have 5 or up to 7 days, depending which option you choose, of incredible cycling options. We're at the base of the Tramontana Mountains, so you can go left to stay flat, or you can go right to go up, or you can do some combination thereof. Enjoy some incredible Spanish cuisine, Spanish wine, great friends, and a good time by checking out our Mallorca camp. All of our camps, including the Mallorca camp, live online at Mile 18. You can find them at www.mile18inc.com. That's mile18inc.com.
For more information about Endurance Nation, visit us online at endurancenation.us. The provided music is from the Podshow Podsafe Music Network. Check it out at music.podshow.com.